Hello, my name is Lily Chaffin, and today I will be talking about the lack of inclusion in rural areas. In places like big cities or even suburbs, it is not hard to run into someone on the street. It is not hard to go and find a gym to join or a club to be a part of, or even go into a department store. You're going to run into people pretty often, I'd say at least once or twice a day, if you're leaving your house regularly, but it will probably reach more than that. I have to ask though, what is this like for people living in rural areas where it's not as populated? It may be populated, but it's stretched out amongst a vast landscape. You cannot just peer your head over your fence and see your neighbor. It doesn't work like that. How do people in rural areas socialize? According to worldbank.org, social inclusion is the right thing to do. A way that I think to encourage socialization in rural areas is by building community centers. I think that community centers would allow members of rural communities to come together, maybe not even weekly, but daily. According to sportsadversary.com, they say that a quality recreation center is a valuable asset to any community. A well-run community center serves a thriving hub of activity for youth, families, senior citizens, civic organizations, parks and recreation departments, and more. Unfortunately, in many cities, community centers aren't meeting the needs of the people around them. In some areas, no community center currently exists. So, usually we can find that community centers offer various activities and services of all kinds. According to Seattle.gov, historically, they served as places for recreation, they served as places for leisure, and they served as places for socialization. Today's centers continue to provide recreation and leisure activities and also provide support for youth development, social services, safety, neighborhood vitality, health, and education. At a community center, you can usually find people of all different ages and all different types of people who may think differently than you and feel differently than you. Usually, we can find that community centers offer all sorts of activities, like I said previously. I know in the Cookeville one, you can find a rec game of basketball going on, or even activities such as Dance Fit or Zumba, or maybe even just School of Dance. They have something for everyone if you're willing to look and go for it. It is an easy way to make friends as you are in a class with several different people that you probably aren't going to know ahead of time. It would reinforce the idea of socializing. Also, another benefit I have found is it would offer a couple of new jobs for people in the area who would like to be involved with their community. Receptionists are always needed in any type of organization, but especially these community centers. Also, they would need teachers for each class that is being held there. So you could apply for the position and you would not only get to meet people in your community, but you might also be able to get paid for what you're doing, which I know always sweetens the deal for some people. I think this would be a great idea because all in all, it's going to bring rural communities together every single day. And here are my sources for all of the information stated in my speech.